The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
We gotta
turn to the open.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to the show. Thursday, the last show of preseason football. Yeah. You're listening live to The People Show, Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every day by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. You're looking live, not outside, but inside Ford Center today, where it's probably.
Do you have your drone license?
I'm gonna.
Where we can fly. You think it's safe? Mr. Jones get mad if we had drone license.
I'm sure somebody in this building probably got it.
Brandon Cooks probably has drone's license.
Oh my goodness! All right,
Chris probably does.
Anyway, it's 96 degrees outside in Dallas. Feels like 104. Tonight it's going to get down to 83. But we are cool, calm. Let's leave calm out. Collected in our brand new SWBC podcast studio. You can smell it. Kurt, what do you think about the new digs? First time in here.
Look at Jesse.
First time in here. Look at this.
Hey, show us your groin.
What?
Show your groin. You see your groin is bruised. You start us a picture.
I show my groin in these shirts. It's gonna be the third.
Yeah,
it's gonna be the third. Trying to take off the air for
X-rated hanging.
I thought you had
hanging.
I mean, that is the name of the show. That is the name of the show.
Let's get back to the wings.
Oh man. What do you think, Kurt? What do you think about this joint?
Nice.
Yeah?
Good to see everybody in here.
Yeah, first time only the second time we've all been together in a room.
How's your mentals? How's your dentals?
Good. So explain to me what that is. I saw somebody tweeted that.
So it's just basically, it's just kind of like
checking in.
Wellness check. So mentals and dentals.
Dental's not great. I got a jacked up tooth that I really need to go get taken care of.
So every time I see me drinking coffee somewhere.
Look at that shot. That is a good shot. I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah.
That's a
Brady
nice
bunch.
shot. I like that.
That's what Brady stop. Yeah. You exposing us.
So Nate, mentals and your dental. No, wait, hold on. Let us finish. You got a bad tooth?
I got a bad
Yuck mouth?
It's been bad for all right, this is how far back it goes. I don't even know if you were on the show. Do y'all remember whenever I called in and I was under the influence?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's then.
Why haven't you fixed it?
I got it taken out. And I never went back to get the tooth put back in. They got the post in there, and then the one next to it's jacked up. But mentally, I'm great. Dentally, I need to go get some help.
Nate, your mentals and your dentals?
This dude just ruined it. I was good, Jess.
You have real good energy today.
Look.
But I'm good. Stop. Stop. Good. I'm good. Go ahead.
Kurt, your mentals and your dentals?
I have something to say about his.
No.
Can you start making the shows? All right, you don't have no more off day time. What is it called, Jess?
PTO.
You have no more PTO.
I'm not the one that was dropping in and out of shows at training camp.
But I was at least showing up. I was showing up for 5 minutes. At least glad to have you back, foreigner. Journey.
One show.
He go get that
Rush.
He go get that $10.
One show.
He go get that $10.
$10.
Derek, I called. I was there. They dropped me.
Oh, you talking about the guy that was invited out to camp and wouldn't come? You? Ooh. Yes.
I have a 3-year-old that I have responsibility.
Bring him out there, man. You don't think your kid would have loved that?
That's his excuse right there.
When Cable could have tackled him for coming on the field?
Dude, we would have for sure been taken off the air, and I would have been escorted right out of camp. That little heathen out there running around.
We hope all your mentals and your dentals that are listening.
How's yours?
My mentals are good. Mm-hmm. Mentals are really good. Like Shannon, I have or had all 4 of my wisdom teeth.
Right.
And so one is now starting to bother me.
I still have mine too. I'm worried about that.
I need to go get that
checked out.
Yeah.
I got mine out, man.
So I have all four. I got all four of my wisdom. But the one top left, I feel like.
I remember I got mine out, and Dion said, "Man, you can't chew your cud no more, huh?"
I don't know why going to the dentist is such a big deal because it doesn't hurt. Once you get the shot, it's like
it hurts.
It's them needles that get me. I can deal with the grinding out, but the needles,
the smell.
Offensive linemen, grinders.
Yeah. Why you got? No, I don't.
Graders.
I don't grab like that.
Roll graders.
I do this, not that. That's a different.
That's a different moment. My fault.
Yeah.
Grind on me.
By the way,
but men,
don't forget the third segment of every show sponsored by Jigsaw.
But men as a whole,
yes,
we have to do better in things like the mentals, the dentals, and the health. We got to be damn near dead before we go get a checkup.
I know.
Like I've been on this show for 4 years, 5 years, and you're saying that this dates back before me.
Yeah.
And you got health insurance.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's still not going.
Still won't go.
But the dentist they're jacked up. Like you go to the doctor, it's like $15. Get all the maintenance you need, all the work, unless you got to go get something major done. The dentist, you go and it's like $1,400 just to walk out the door, and it's like even with good insurance.
But then you go, oh, that's a nice concert. How much are tickets?
Oh, dude,
$500. Deal. So what's the difference?
I've gone. This is for another show, but this will be on the Vice show. When we have the Vice show, we're gonna have a Vice show, Kurt. So you need to think about.
I listened to you.
You need to think about a Vice that you can talk about on the air.
Wow.
Nobody's gonna go through your search history and confirm it. So.
Yeah, but once you talk about it, they will.
It's fair game. Yeah. So we'll do that. All right. Well, I'm glad everybody's doing good.
Yeah, we're good.
I like that. That is.
And that's you're right. That's one thing. Two things men like they don't do self-maintenance, and they don't talk about when they're having issues and problems.
Yep.
Like it's just a man thing.
I
feel like men are getting better though.
I do.
I feel like I feel like it's okay now to be like,
no, you don't.
I'm jacked up.
I'm
not doing it, but I just feel like men in general are better at it.
Like you're from that old.
I
old
won't
school.
talk about my problems, but let something go wrong, I will go to the doctor in a heartbeat. My wife is like, baby, at least give it a day. I'm going 9.
Really?
Yeah, I'll go
Good
to
for
the doctor
you.
in a heartbeat, but not talking about problems, I won't do that. But going to the doctor,
So you're 50% there.
because I like to travel.
See, Nate's from that old school. Like Nate's like, my problems are my problems.
Yeah.
And that's it. I'll take them to the grave.
Yep.
He's from that old school.
Not
generation.
worrying anybody else with my stuff. Yeah. All right. Let's start the show off. I mean, we could really get into some not depressing, but maybe depending on who you are. But let's start the show off on a great note.
Okay.
All right.
DeMarcus Ware going to the Ring of Honor. Well deserved. Still do not understand how he was not a first-time Hall of Fame ballot guy.
Jimmy Johnson's rolling over in his grave.
But he's not dead.
Good point. You want to take that one back, Jess?
No.
Don't take it literally, okay? I don't think Jesse meant it literally.
Anyway, they had
But he will be rolling over his grave before it happens.
Tell us what the event was yesterday, Kurt.
They just announced that you were here, weren't you, Jesse? Were you here for that? They just announced that DeMarcus was going to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
Is that what you're talking about?
but he hosted an event, right? In the Miller Lighthouse. They opened that up.
Yeah,
out here
opened
at the
the
Star
Miller Lighthouse.
before practice.
They also, it was like a kickoff.
I mean, good grief.
deal.
I'm not even in this building anymore.
I wasn't
know
here
more
yesterday.
than you.
I
It
was
doesn't matter.
traveling
You work
yesterday.
here. Did you know he was going in the Ring of Honor?
No.
Really?
Well, kind of assumed he would because he's going to the Hall of Fame. That it was coming, but nothing. I hadn't heard any talk about it. So.
Okay. Well, that was uneventful. Thanks, Kurt.
Yeah, glad I could.
How was practice
Glad to be
yesterday?
It was the blockchain.com kickoff event yesterday,
There you
hosted by
go.
DeMarcus Ware.
There you go. That's what I was looking
Okay.
for.
At
Well-
the end of that, they surprised him and put him in the Ring of Honor.
So it was a surprise to him, too.
He had no idea.
Someone asked me what font the Ring of Honor letters and numbers are in, and I'm trying to find that out for him.
I could ask.
I hit up Michelle. She's
Ask
looking.
Steven.
She's who it is.
Jerry.
Yeah.
Actually,
See if you can run that
Jerry
down.
knows.
That's a great question. No one's
Jerry
ever
does
asked
not know what font.
I promise you, Jerry knows what
He
font.
does
There's
not.
no chance.
There's no chance.
You don't think so?
that. No.
No way.
All right, I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to do a $20 bet
Okay.
Okay.
that
How would
Jerry
I know
knows. He's at practice. I'll ask him at practice.
There's no chance. He's going to be like,
I can text his
Silver and
assistant.
blue.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that, when I won 4th and long, I did a tour. I was one of the first players to do the tour of AT&T Stadium. Mm-hmm. And he was telling me the type of screws that the seats were screwed in. Like, that's how involved he was.
I bet Charlotte knows the font. I don't think Jerry knows the font. I'll take that bet. You going to be truthful when you get the answer?
100%.
How much action do you want? I'm in. Kurt's in.
Sure.
Yeah, I have that.
I don't know how he found out.
Nate doesn't gamble, so.
All right.
Here we go. Good. You got something to report on next week. All right, so congratulations to Marcus Ware.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now we started off with some good news. Now the bad news, we have to talk about Sam Williams. What the hell is going on with that guy?
I don't know. It's this.
What's that all about?
He's maturing.
Yeah.
Oh, when I read that, I almost fell out
my
of my
goodness.
seat, bro. When I read Mr. Jones said, I almost fell out of my. Did you read it?
No.
Oh.
You didn't hear this?
No.
Explain it, Chris. It was too funny.
So he talked to the media yesterday after the Hall of Fame press conference, the Ring of Honor press conference, and he said what he was going 66 mile an hour.
He was doing 98.
Well, right. He said he was
time.
going 66 this time, right? And he did 98. So that's 30. He's maturing. He's 30.
He cut 33 miles.
30 miles an hour
yeah.
difference. So he's maturing. He's going slower.
Just
I
this
almost
time,
felt like Mr. Jones.
he's high with a pistol. Yeah.
Wow. But I don't know.
This is Texas. Is nothing.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
you
the
explained it
car.
well in the text, man. The only reason they messed with him about the pistol because he had
Yes.
The THC.
The vape pen.
The
Yes.
THC oil, that's illegal.
Yeah.
Weed is illegal in Texas still, unless
Right.
it's medical.
But it's a
medical.
misdemeanor, right? Unless it's over
misdemeanor.
like 4 ounces
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Correct. And
You
then
know.
the THC oil, unless she said he's no. I'm not gonna lie. Anytime like marijuana gets brought up on our show, I'm always like,
Should I talk about this? How much should I let everybody know that I know?
not that I know, what y'all know. But and then the THC oil, the wax or the dab,
Right.
whatever these young folks are doing now, if it's over 0.3%, then that makes it illegal
Yes.
here in Texas. And then anytime having the possession of a firearm is 100% legal in Texas. It's extremely legal in Texas. In fact, it's over legal in
You might
Texas.
see one in Walmart on somebody's hip in
It's-
Texas.
I have, right. It is absolutely legal.
As long as you're not in a bar or an airport.
It
You're good.
becomes-
School.
Yeah.
It becomes illegal when you're under the influence of alcohol and or drugs.
Even if
Yeah.
you have a concealed
Even if
carry
you
and all
don't,
that.
that's not even. We don't even have that in Texas anymore.
Yeah, you don't have to worry
Really?
about this. Yeah, you
No,
just
no
can
longer
put it
consider-
on.
Just put it on.
Put it on, bro.
As long as you don't have a felony, above the age of 18 and don't have anything in your documentation that says mentally
Yeah.
you can't
Right.
possess a firearm, it's legal. But once you get under the
What
influence
a
of
state.
alcohol and or drugs, that's where the unlawful possession of a firearm came into play for Sam Williams because of they deemed him having the THC oil or the vape pen or whatever they was in that are, now you're under the influence with the pistol. Now things get complicated for you in the city of
What does that mean?
Well, this is like his. I mean, last year he had the
Speeding.
the wreck, and he got some kind of arrest for speeding on that. He had a domestic situation in college. I mean, we're now getting into this is a trend status, and is that worrisome? I mean, is it how does the team?
I think you got to be worried
Manage him.
because of what he brings to the team and what you're planning your season around is
Yeah, he's supposed to be
he's a
big player.
badass,
Yeah.
right? And he's a difference maker. And he's not a practice squad guy. No offense, Jesse. Not a practice squad
take it.
guy. Like, you're right. It's
Should we be worried?
The part that I'm worried about is not just a football player; it's the mistakes that he's making. Right? It's you start looking at the
Unforced
mistakes,
errors.
Right? You're like, all right, the domestic dispute, like that's something that you could avoid it. Right? Speeding is something that you could actually avoid, and not hitting anybody. Like, and then you have, I don't know the level of intoxication he was. I don't partake in this stuff, so I don't know the levels of it. But I know when you start adding the THC oils and the wax and all that kind of stuff, it takes whatever regular weed you had, it takes it to another level. Okay, and then possession of a gun. So when you start adding all these things together, you're like, man, these mistakes while young, 22 years old, at times I still don't give that an excuse, because if you're old enough to give him a bunch of money, if you're old enough to trust him to go out there and have an assignment on Sundays and multiple assignments on Sundays, then damn it, he should be smart enough to know what he can and cannot do in certain areas and situations. Like driving 99 miles an hour in a 55 mile an hour zone, that don't take much knowledge. You learn that at 16. So if you ain't got it at 22, right? Like doing certain things like that, all these things begin to come together, and that's the part that worries me, because if you're in one of those situations where it's a perfect storm and you have a domestic violence situation, the drugs is present, the gun is present, and you speed away. That's a you know what I'm saying? So it's the type of mistakes that he's making. We all speed, right? But we ain't crashing into nobody. So it's like, come on, just be better. Just be better in your decision making off the field. But the old, coach used to say back in the day, well, I can tell what you are on the field by the thing that you do off the field. And sadly enough, they're starting to match up for Sam Williams. Like you're seeing some aggressive, wild things happen off the field, and you see aggressive, wild things happen on the field for him. Even like some of the penalties when you power drive somebody into the ground and get a 15-yard flag. Then you're like, wait a second, these things starting to correlate a little bit.
The thing that's gonna eventually, if you don't change, what eventually is gonna happen is it's gonna affect his whole life, because another bad incident, and now they're gonna ask you to do some things contractually. That's gonna start to affect you and start to make you wonder. And I'm talking about him. Then all of a sudden, you don't get on the field, so other teams won't get to see you perform. Because you violating, like just say, off the field and on the field, you becoming that same person. It's no difference. Some people can find relief on the field. He's not finding relief on the field. They awarded him the best defensive player for a sack and a couple of hurries, but you forgot that he almost blew out the guy's leg. And he didn't mean to do it, but like Jeff said, it's starting to line up. And eventually, if somebody don't get to him, a coach, a player, a mentor, somebody, and slow him down and say, son, these are the things that you've done against society and against this football team. At some point, Mr. Jones or Mr. Stephen Jones or the head coach will say, hey, fella, that's enough. Yeah. When they say that's enough, you by you not being totally punished, you're going to be like, oh, I got another shot. And sooner or later, it's going to be enough.
And as we said, and the one thing that we also have to remember is the shield.
Yeah.
Yep.
When you start to smear bad stuff on the shield, and see, I thought about this yesterday, 2 days ago. The reason why sometimes I know our boy Cowboy gonna call and say the league got Troy Vincent got something against the Cowboys, but I thought about this. I said the reason why sometimes it comes down harder on the Cowboys is because of the visibility. Because when you mess up as a Cowboy, because understand, everybody's under the shield. When I say the shield, I mean the NFL. Right. The shield, New York. But when the Cowboys come on, it gets to
this happens on other teams. It's just not it gets Yahoo alert.
It gets to CNN. It gets to Fox News. Right. It gets to Google. It is everywhere. And so that's a bigger smack in the face and a bigger smear on the shield. And so what does the shield do in response to it is we have to begin to set examples for the most visible, for the biggest. Because now what we can't do is allow that team who has the biggest influence on the biggest stage, because the NFL, like the Dallas Cowboys, are all about what are we looking like in the media, in the view of the people. So now sometimes they come down harder on the Cowboys because they have a bigger reach, and the smear is different than when someone from the Browns does it. Someone from the Jacksonville Jaguars does it. That smear is like, when the Cowboys do it, it's like whoosh. And so sometimes that penalty, while it may not be fair, I think sometimes they look at that and they go, your mistakes on that team put a smear on the shield that's bigger than anything else. And that's the part that we have to that we have to now punish.
Yeah, and we've seen in recent years, if the team loses trust in you, no matter how good of a guy you are, and I mean, we can throw out some names of different things they didn't trust them with, but if they have thoughts that you may not be on the field when we need you on the field. We can't trust you, and here's the door. See you later. And I'm some marquee players around here. I mean, you can argue. There's some guys that are in the league now that are number one receivers in the league that they couldn't trust them for certain reasons, and they're gone. So I mean, that's where it gets sad. Is you work your whole life to get here. You get here, and it's like, okay, my time has come. I'm set up, and it takes one more mistake, and
you don't know,
and you might not
what that one mistake
right.
is.
Yeah. And it might not be that big of a deal, but it all
Stacked
added
on
up
top,
to
And everybody sees how great this kid is. You talk to any coach, and they'll just gush over his talent. And just talking to him, if you walk up to him and just
great personality,
talk to him, but it's something about he got that inner wheel in him, boy. That just I've been there. But 1 minute I'm calm, and the next minute they be like, Mr. Jones be looking at me like, man, last week. Yes, sir, I know you did. But if you could just give me this one more chance.
But how does this affect his teammates? Does
somebody slap him in the back of the head when he walks in the locker room the next time?
Is that his business? And they don't
If
worry?
he's got somebody close to him, a guy that is so nice but so volatile, you just can't walk up on any kind of way. Mm-hmm. He is so nice, but he's volatile. So you may want to see how he's working that day or what's going on. And maybe it's a guy on the team, because all those guys have a guy that can say anything to him. But then there's certain guys that you need to keep your distance, because you don't know this guy well enough.
All right, Sam, we want to see you on this team. We want to see you be successful. Quit speeding.
Yes, please.
Quit speeding and do your extracurriculars at home, or at least in private. All right.
Ain't no fun in private.
You're right. It's fun to do bad things, right? Yeah. All right, we will be back and talk some football on Hanging with the Boys right after this.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Blockchain.com is one of the most trusted ways to buy, sell, and trade crypto. Whether you're always on the go or stay closer to home, Blockchain.com is just a few taps away. Put the power of crypto in your pocket, so no matter where you are, you can trade on your terms and build a crypto portfolio to fit your life. For crypto pros, rookies, and anyone in between, Blockchain.com makes it easy to own a piece of the future. Blockchain.com, trusted by millions, trusted by America's team.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of fan you are. So whether you're a die-hard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they made just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the People Show. Man, I turned my volume way up. My bad. Hanging with the Boys. Brought to you. I was blowing my eardrums
Hold
out.
on, I don't get this. Now, you say you hit it with your knee?
No, I turned it up in the break so I could hear
Oh,
Chris,
okay,
and I
because
forgot
if you
to
hit it
turn
with
back
your knee,
down.
I'm like, you ain't tall as Jesse, you ain't tall.
No.
I mean,
No,
You do vanish.
Would have hit it with my toes because my legs are fully extended right now and I can barely reach the table.
Good thing you're not Deuce Vaughn's teammate, man.
Deuce vanish.
Let's talk about him in a minute.
Deuce Vaughn was my teammate. I'll be killing
See
Deuce
CD
every
Lamb?
day.
Yeah, did you see that?
Oh, that was so funny.
Did you see it, Shannon?
No, hang on. Hanging with the boys, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holly, Shannon Gross, Nate Newton, live in studio. Second segment is brought to you by blockchain.com. No, what are you talking about?
Go ahead, Chris.
No, go ahead, guys.
CD, go ahead. Somebody say
Someone
something.
say something.
I don't know what it
He
is.
posted a video, something about Deuce leaving his stuff laying around. He walked up, they're like little kids' cleats.
With little kid gloves.
Clicky gloves. Like, dude, stop leaving your cleats out.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
It's hilarious.
That is
Yeah.
funny.
This isn't your house.
That's all right. I
Your
wasn't gonna-
kid taller than him, man, Chris.
Probably.
It's not. It's funny, though.
I wasn't going to talk about Deuce just because we overplayed him.
Yeah.
And
I didn't, so y'all can talk
Jesse
about it.
hates him. Doesn't
No.
think he's got a chance to be the number 2.
I might be changing
Jesse
my
hates
mind.
Deuce?
No, he don't
No,
hate
I
him.
need
He
to
just
listen to
he
the
just
show.
doesn't think
me
he's
and Jess was just thinking the same way at the beginning. We don't need no gadget
he
player.
doesn't think there's any chance he can be the number 2.
He's not a gadget. I don't think he's a gadget player. I think
think
he's
so
much
either.
more than that.
Does it come down to trust? Like, we don't know if this guy can protect and be where he's supposed to be yet in a game situation. And then he has to work himself into the number 2 spot after proving that in real action? Or could he work himself into the number 2 spot in this last preseason game? Or hell, is he already there?
So I don't think Donald is dead, even though Donald has had some special teams jam that I know Bones didn't love.
That punt?
That punt, and then you kind of fumbled that ball. So it's like, and every time, and this is what I tell people, this is what hurts you when you get in there with the third team and you score every time you touch the field, or you have a run of 20-plus yards. So while I'm making these little mistakes, Jesse over there making big play after big play. So what does everybody remember? The big plays.
Right.
And that's how he's working his way up, taking advantage of every situation they've given him, and now he's running with the first team.
But in practice,
Yeah.
like Jesse has said, we still haven't seen him in the first half. He's playing. He's playing in the.
But has he done anything wrong? Can we
No,
say?
I mean he's doing
that's
what he
just
needs to do, but
perception.
Yeah,
But can he earn that trust?
He's running with the first team in practice.
And that's the part when I left practice the last 2 days. I was like,
He's running with the first team now. I'm telling
changing
you.
your mind.
I was like,
What's your thoughts on it now? Think he might be the number 2?
no.
No, Donald's
sticking to
still
it.
it. Donald's still it.
But I'm not gonna lie. I left practice because I'm watching.
Saying there's a chance.
The 2 things that I'm watching, I watched closely when it came to Deuce in the special teams period.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times he has an orange cap on.
Right.
I mean, he ain't starting in that area.
Okay.
But then I watch certain team drills, and I'm like,
When they go to 4 receivers, it ain't.
I said they giving Deuce.
Yeah.
That's Tyron and Zach in there, Deuce and CD. I'm like, oh.
It ain't our guy Jalen Tolbert. It be the little guy running back and forth, crossing that motion.
So I was like, okay. So I'm not there.
Okay.
I'm not there. But I did drive home 2 nights in a row,
Thinking about that statement.
like, okay, Jess, you gonna have to stand on this. You gonna have to stand on this one way or another. But seeing it in practice, again, just me. I want to see the trust in the games. I want to see the trust in the games. That matters. Those things matter to me because that ultimately, because you've been there, Nate, and you guys been around long enough. We've seen some guys go out there and practice and flourish.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we get to the game, you're like, well, why he not
Got
playing?
a couple on the team now.
Eric Scott.
What?
Yep.
Why the guys not playing? They shine in practice, and then they get out there in the game, and it's like, y'all ain't got no game plan for them. Things ain't happening the same, and so that's my only thing now is what we always say about just players in general. Can you take practice and translate it to Sundays?
Yes, sir.
And that's the one thing that I'm still standing on. But football's fluid, so I can change my mind, guys.
So we've had 2 statements in the preseason by 2 people on the show
And I'm standing on mine.
that they will not back down
I would
on.
not back down. That's right.
That they may have to eat crow about 4 weeks
If my
into
boys
the season.
stay healthy up front, we gonna rock and roll.
Nate said we good on the offensive line.
As long
We
as
good.
we are healthy, we good. And I'm finding my boy Awesome is gonna
See,
be
that's
awesome.
such a, that's,
yes,
but
and
that-
my boy
but
TJ
that's
Bass.
look, that's such a weak statement because you can say
weak.
You can say we either good or we're not. Not if we're healthy because no one's gonna. You're not. No
No, I
O-line
ain't
is
talking about
gonna.
getting beat up.
He's
I'm
got
talking
a
about a guy
hangnail
out. No.
When is the last time this O-line has not had a guy out at some point in the season?
And if
Never.
it's one guy, we gonna rock and roll, bruh.
Even if it's
one guy,
Zach Martin. See, that's what I'm saying. You
Stop.
so
Gut
you
punch.
said that,
Gut punch.
and then Jesse said there was no way in. I don't remember the exact words, but it was something like, "There's no way in hell that Deuce Vaughn is going to be the number 2
I didn't
running
say that.
back."
I didn't say
I
that.
will go pull it.
Yeah.
Chris,
Yeah.
you need to
Don't
find
start.
that.
weren't those exact words, but the sentiment was.
You
that,
said he was Inspector
No,
Gadget.
it was kind of the exact words because I was like, "Are you sure about that?" There's no way. Nope. There's no way.
And I was trying to tell him
not
like, it could just.
Nah, he's not RB2.
Okay, he still said it. All right.
Deuce?
Yeah, you playing him this
Yeah.
weekend?
What has he done did not play?
For real now.
Score touchdowns?
I mean,
does
you know
look-
what?
he
How we
looks
gonna
Score
protect
touchdowns.
everybody, man?
What has he done to not play?
How we gonna protect everybody?
So Kurt has a great question when it talks about when we're talking
Are
about.
you ready for this question? Because he sent it to you earlier today, and you had no clue he was going to go with the whole what happened in the ceremony thing. Don't just throw questions to my boy.
Oh no, Kurt knows this one's coming. He's,
All right,
he's
Rick
had it
knows
on the
the-
rundown for
all
4
right.
days.
Oh,
What's that?
So it's a great question because this is
If it's
basically
been on the rundown for 4 days. It's a great
No, it's
question
only
we
like
never asked.
2 days because it's about the kicker and no one cares. I'm kidding. Kickers need love too.
We don't care.
This is basically a throwaway
to care.
game. Like most of your positions are solidified. By the way, your number 4 receiver has been announced. We'll talk about that in the next
Can't tell
segment.
Jesse that.
Tease in the next segment. Most of your positions have been solidified. There's a few that are just that they're still making decisions on, but for the most part, it's a throwaway game, right? Kurt has a great question that I want to know the answer to because I could see it going either way. The kicker. Take it away, Kurt.
Well, yeah. I mean, last week they had a chance to kick a 45-yard field goal. Give this kid, see what he can do.
In a game situation.
In a game situation, they went for it instead. And he has yet to kick, I think, anything further than an extra point so far. So how do we I mean, would you go to the point of creating situations for him to kick a longer field goal to see what he's got going on? Or do you just hope for the best?
Not like kneel it 3 times in a row,
No,
but it's 3rd and 7, run it up the middle, and
Yeah.
if you get stopped, you get to try to kick a
right,
field goal.
something
right?
like that. Would they try to do that? Because they don't really know what they have there yet. They're on the doorstep of the season.
I don't care about no kicker. I really don't.
Why not? It's such a vital, important.
There's one or two out there that we can go get. Coach Foss will think this is his kid. He cut the other kid. They think this is his kid. They feel no threat. So until this and as long as we don't go past the Jets game, I'm good. I'm serious. I'm good. But if this dude miss something that's crucial in these first 2 games because they are big for us, bye. Wave at him. That's right. Wave at him.
Man.
What do you think, Jess?
You are more of a special teams guy than anybody.
Would the coaching staff ever create a situation just to test this?
Yeah.
guy?
Yeah, they do.
In
Yeah,
a
they
game?
do, yeah.
In a game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that can definitely happen, right? You can see situations where they're like, you know what? 55-yard, kick it. Like it's 3rd and kick it. Let's just do
Let's
something.
see.
Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if he's locked in mentally. We're right on the doorstep of the season. Yeah, you can definitely see that happening. There's something that's in me that's like believing that you're going to see kind of like almost the Riverboat Ron approach with Mike McCarthy this year, with him going for it on 4th downs a ton.
I love it.
Like
Let's go.
I feel like when they bring in the analytical people, and now there's people in here who are really crunching the numbers and saying, man, the percentages say
You
if
got
we
this
do,
talent on this offense.
I think
many
we're going to
options.
see this football team a lot. This year, in those fourth down situations.
I thought that was the right. Normally, that would be the right call when they went for it on fourth and whatever that last.
But
game.
preseason,
but
when you
this,
test
it's like,
them.
let's test
So,
them
so
again.
you think because we got Deuce now, the numbers gonna go our way?
No, because of Dak.
Okay,
Because of Dak.
I'm just
Dak's
asking,
gonna
man.
take us over the top.
I'm just asking.
Dak's ready this year.
It's going to take him. It's going to take him a game and a half to get his timing down, though.
Yeah, because the preseason started in a week, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
For you,
It's been scrimmage. Y'all don't have any high profile scrimmages.
How
That's
many
all
games?
they've been.
How long does the
4.
preseason last? 4 games.
They just count against you. That's all it is. The preseason is gonna count against you.
But remember when Dak had no snaps 2 years ago against Tampa Bay going down there when they were the champions? He came out and just tore it up.
And what
Remember
happened in that game?
They lost.
Okay.
And it hurt us.
Okay.
Preseason game.
It was a shootout.
Yeah.
He was pretty accurate.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I mean, I think Amari Cooper had like 200-something yards, right?
And they lost.
In that game.
Yeah, but Deuce went there.
Stop.
Neither was the president. He had COVID, if you remember correctly.
Yes, that's right.
That COVID stuff's making a comeback.
You know
never
what?
went anywhere. A lot of people
I
have
don't
it right
mind
now.
the lockdown again. I'm for a lockdown.
Are you?
Yeah,
He likes working from home.
I'm for a lockdown.
Why?
I saved so much money during that lockdown. Wow. I saved so much money during that
Tell
lockdown.
me, gas and tolls. Ooh.
Hey, Beam, you see me? That's all I got from him.
Wow.
All right, let's take our last break. When we come back,
We got another show.
The fourth wide receiver has been named,
Yeah, I'm dusting my cleats off.
and I want to know who could possibly, whose job's on the line with this last game, if anyone. When we come back for the last segment, hang with the boys.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of fan you are. So whether you're a die-hard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they made just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Blockchain.com is one of the most trusted ways to buy, sell, and trade crypto. Whether you're always on the go or stay closer to home, Blockchain.com is just a few taps away. Put the power of crypto in your pocket, so no matter where you are, you can trade on your terms and build a crypto portfolio to fit your life. For crypto pros, rookies, and anyone in between, Blockchain.com makes it easy to own a piece of the future. Blockchain.com, trusted by millions, trusted by America's team.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to Hanging with the Boys for the final segment from this beautiful SWBC podcast studio where it still smells. I wonder how long it's going to smell good and new like this.
I'm liking it.
I do too. It's very nice.
New car type
Very nice.
vibe.
It does.
Dean come in clean after every show, boy.
This last segment is brought to you by Jigsaw, the official dating app of the Dallas Cowboys. And we have us a number 4 wide receiver. So what do we have? We have CD.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We have
Brandon
Cooks.
Well,
We
Flavor
have
gets his wings.
Michael Gallup, which you haven't really heard a lot about in training camp.
No, you haven't.
And now you have
Deuce Vaughn.
Jalen Tolbert, according to Stephen Jones.
Stephen Jones, yeah.
Said he's got it locked up, right?
Which he should, I think. Compared to the guys behind him, I think he's outshone them all. Now, what that kind of means going forward, Jesse can talk about how much your fourth receiver has an impact, but
I want to know.
him.
I want to know if Jesse wants to double down. Is there any way Jalen Tolbert works his way into the number 3 wide receiver spot?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Expound on that.
Talent-wise, if we just went solely off of talent, no contract, no money, he's a better talent than Michael Gallup.
You think? Really?
Nothing to think about. He's a more talented Michael Gallup's, his game was vertical, 50-50 catches, and that's,
possession type guy.
stuff. Jalen Tolbert's better than that. Like Jalen Tolbert, what you saw at, what was it, Georgia Southern?
Alabama.
Southern Alabama. Like you saw a dude who had the ability to 50-50 balls, route running, athleticism, skill. And I always say this, the one thing I think shifts that back and forth right now is you're still paying Michael Gallup a lot of money. And now you gotta justify the money. But I would not be shocked, not one bit, if when we look back at the end of this thing, at the end of the year, that Jalen Tolbert's numbers look better, Jalen Tolbert's snap count is more than Michael Gallup's. I really, truly believe that. And even when I watch Michael Gallup today, vertically, you can still see him run. But when you have to watch him stop and break in or stop and break out, like you can still see he's not whole. And I think people sometimes, even when you talk about, oh yeah, well, he had surgery, he's back. And the part that people miss sometimes is whenever the doctor has to cut you open, you're no longer whole. You're a piece of what you once were. No one and please take the Adrian Peterson thing out of the equation, right? When you talk about, well, he came back in 8 months and did, I don't even think he's human, to be honest with you. Adrian Peterson. Take him out. But he's not whole. And though he's healthy and though he's functional, he is not the whole player that we saw pre-injury. And Jalen Tolbert is on his heels. He is on his heels.
Competition is great.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And when you're able to make more plays and you're able to be a more versatile player, that's a big thing in this league, man. Like, if you're not the guy, if you're not the CeeDee Lamb, it's all about versatility. What more can you do for this football team? Can you run slot routes? Can you run outside routes? Can you make the contested catches? Can you run good routes, short, intermediately, long? All those different things. If you have a versatile set of skills at that position, they find ways to get you on the football field. And I think Jalen Tolbert has the word that I've been using this year is when you got to go into that DeWalt toolbox, I think Jalen Tolbert, DeWalt toolbox, got jigsaw, got an Allen wrench, got vice grips, Phillips head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Flat head. I think Michael Gallup might just don't. The tools may not. His toolbox may be more experienced. I don't think it's more vast.
Who's number 5? Turpin?
Yeah.
Just because of special
probably.
teams?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then number 6, which would be what? Practice squad.
Yeah. Be interesting if they keep a 6.
Yeah. All right, so we got couple minutes left. Nate, who can make or not make this team in this last game? Is there anybody that stands out that you're like, he needs to have a good game to be on this team? Or is it just kind of a gray area?
It's very gray for me because it's all about the offensive line. And I know 2 that should make it, but and that's TJ Bass and Awesome. Now where
Go Heels.
Where Farniak fits, it's going to be hard if they decide that somebody else can play center because he's not your guard. So Farniak maybe I'm sitting where do he sit? Is he good enough as a backup center to warrant being here? So that I'm gonna ask that question. Yes. Where does Fonniak sit? Matt Fonniak.
Can he play?
He's center.
Is that already decided though, or can he
He's
play?
a center. Coach came out a week ago and said
So does this game
center.
even matter, or did they already kind of made their mind up?
Not if some of these young guys play good, and then it's just that center spot. We laughed at Biadasz, and I asked y'all not to laugh at him because right now he is our savior. He is it. If he go down, it is over. Well, not over, because if I use the word over, y'all will kill me. Y'all will kill me. Deuce Vaughn, brother over there.
What about you guys? Anybody that you think can play their way on or off the team?
There's some big questions, I think, at defensive tackle. You got, Bohanna. Is he going to stick around? Neville Gallimore?
Yes, he will.
Chauncey Golston.
Yeah, they better keep him.
I mean, there's some guys
Until
there.
our big hoss learn how to really play this game, we got to give him a chance to learn.
You can't keep everybody, though. So I think there's some question marks.
But we lost it. Your boy will get suspended, right?
Williams,
you think he can beat the suspension against the league?
If he gets suspended, it's going to be late in the year.
Okay, late in the year, but still we better keep these guys around. If we can keep these guys around somehow, some way, I don't know if they eligible for practice squad, but we got to keep every one of those guys. Yes, I just think we got to keep every one of them somehow, some way.
Have they played well enough to deserve keeping them around, or are they just big bodies you're going to stick out there?
Bohannon has played well. When Gallimore's played in his situation, he's did it well. The thing is now that this number 58 came in here, number 1 pick. Now these guys who've been 7th and 8th round, like, I really got to play. So they've been doing their jobs. And so now coach is going to have to make a decision. Is this just because he's panicking? Is he really grown as a player? We both been there, just like when we were older, like, boy, I ain't got it like I used to. But you go into a panic mode, and so you always play the game. You know what I'm saying?
What about you, Jess? Anybody?
This is easy. Simmy for Hoku. All eyes on you, my boy.
And he's gonna get to play, right?
All eyes on you, my boy.
Don't drop nothing, friend.
I read something the other day that this reporter thought Dontario Drummond had passed him on the depth chart. So
all eyes on you, Simmy.
He's got a lot
Drummond
of work to do.
and Jalen Brooks. And the thing for Simmy is you've been here for 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Wow. You've been here for 3 seasons.
There's several guys in that 2021 class who are on the bubble now, I think.
And so the project of getting you to a place has come to an end. It's either crap or get off. Get off the pot. And now when you got guys like Jalen Brooks and Dontario Drummond, because what happens is the project cycle resets. We find the next project that we can, because at year 3, if we haven't seen you take the jump,
you're not
we
gonna
go,
take it.
Let's reset. Let's find a new guy that's now the project. And so for Simmy, my boy, because you still got Dennis Houston out there lurking around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This was a guy who started games for the Cowboys early in the season last year.
Mm-hmm.
My boy, you got to show up in a major way. If not for the Cowboys,
get some tape out there, right?
31 other football
Somebody else.
teams.
Simmy, I hope you make the team, but if you don't, I'll still follow you on Instagram because I like to see all your shoe game. That cute kid you just had, and he likes to fish.
Yeah, sometimes, man, you gotta
still follow you.
You gotta put more focus on football than outside stuff.
Hope you make it. All right, fellas.
31 other teams where Flavor gets his wing.
Chris, what are we next week? Monday, Wednesday, Friday?
Yes, sir.
When do we go straight cross, Chris? Monday through Friday.
The
got
first
the
week
Labor
of the
Day?
season.
Man, I'm coming on everybody's show next
But
week.
isn't next week technically the first week of the season?
Yeah, I'm coming on
Next week
everybody's show.
is
It's a bye.
It's the bye, remember?
I'm coming
Oh,
on
we
everybody's show.
got a week off?
We got 2 weeks before the season
Oh, why are
starts.
you doing NFL? Teasing us like that.
Yeah.
Getting us 3. I didn't even realize that.
So when we come back
3
from-
preseason games, you got a whole week off.
Jeez.
So when we come back from the 3-day weekend, we start full time every day. Is that right?
That's correct.
And do we know our
you
time?
have no more days.
I don't want to hear it,
Okay?
Mr. Hang Up on us.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't know what
foreigner,
you don't know what
you
Kurt's
journey,
going through.
You police.
He might need a mental day every once in a while.
Who that? You need a dental.
I need a dental
almost
day.
said that.
Kurt might need a
Oh my God.
I wish you would.
Wait, so we got Monday, Wednesday, Friday next week?
Next week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
And then
Going
after-
into the bye week.
And then our bye week, no shows, or we Monday, Wednesday, Friday that week too?
Do we know that, Chris?
No, so going into the first week of the season,
Yeah.
okay, which would be their first. I think the first show going into season is September 3rd, and that's every day after that.
Oh,
so
all
it's
right,
a Tuesday.
September 5th.
Is it? I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the 4th
So
is that
Tuesday
Monday.
the 5th.
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
So the
what's Labor Day?
Monday.
4th. Yeah.
The 4th. Okay. So we have the 5th is the first day.
And then we on ever since then.
Ever since then.
So do you know our times? Because that's right, Jesse. What time?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
For real?
We're doing one?
Yeah.
That's gonna be our
what it was
spot?
last
Why we
year.
can't do 11?
No, because that's the break.
See, now he telling us. See, it
That's
used
the
to
break.
be Jesse telling us. Now Chris telling us.
Breaks at 11.
We can
Okay.
probably
You
get
guys
a
are
lot
gonna-
of shows
you
to
guys are
move,
gonna
but
be at
the break
1
ain't one.
o'clock. Yeah.
The break is the
There's a
one
lot of
show.
shows.
You know what, man? Let's
And
rebel
the break
against them.
is
Jesse,
not
I
one.
want you two guys to strike and then shut
1
up.
o'clock's good, right?
No, I'm not the guy that y'all ever want to go to the picket line with. Just FYI.
I'm with you.
I'm telling y'all,
I'm with you.
I'm not the guy.
I'm not the guy.
I'm gonna
I'm
eat.
not the guy that y'all want to.
Hey, we got to come together on that. I am not the guy.
I'm telling y'all that now. I'm not the dude that want to be like, we gonna strike. We gonna
man up.
You went through one, didn't you?
I
Yeah.
will sit in
And
your seat if you don't show up to sit in it.
The only thing that saved me, they got a new
seat.
deal. The only thing that saved me from crossing over, they got a new deal.
I'm
now.
not your guy. I'm telling y'all that now. If y'all ever decide we gonna rebel, Derek, listen to me well. I'm not with them.
If anybody else decides they don't want to come to work, I will take their spot.
I already got that.
I would go on every show.
So y'all know, Chris, I'll be on
I gotta
every
go do
show.
something, man. God bless y'all.
I'll get breakfast over at the what you call it.
Get us
I'll
out,
eat lunch
man.
over there.
Get us
I'll eat
out.
dinner over there. Don't ask me to go to the picket line with y'all.
Well, thank you
Quit lifting up
guys.
the thing, okay?
Huh?
Quit lifting up.
I'm sorry.
gotta go. Where
I'm
you
not
going?
used to the studio.
I gotta go
yet.
do a show. See, I already took his.
All right, we got to get out of here. We'll see y'all next week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then we back full time, and we will have full-time football.
And we're gonna have to take a vote on your mother so we can get the
Wait, what?
thing. The vote on the so is his mom coming to
Oh, you said we got to take a vote. I was gonna take turns. I was like, wait a second. I was like,
Jesse.
what?
Come on, Jesse.
Come on, Jesse.
What are you
Man.
talking about?
Chris, good to have you back. Thank you for keeping us on the air. Mr. Rodriguez in the back, thanks for getting us up on
And we didn't bring up
on
the
all
trailer park deal.
where we're supposed to be. We'll be back
Stuff to public, man. I told you
Monday
yesterday.
on Hangin' with the Boys.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!